Good morning, everyone. My name is Sungwijit from Chiang Rai Thaphad University. Today, I will present about the analysis of One Summer's Day composed by Hisaishi. Hisaishi, a very renowned Japanese composer, and his work One Summer's Day is one of animation's Spirit Away soundtrack. Spirit Away, written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki. The Studio Ghibli father, released in Japan in 2001 and become the highest grossing film from Japan for 19 years. The animation won the Golden Bear Prize at the Berlin International Film Festival and the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature in 2003. Also, the composition is a recipient of an award-winning original soundtrack in 2002. This article aims to analyze the concepts and techniques used in this composition. This piece contains two main melodies, which are A and B theme, as shown in diagram 1. This composition using the technique of thematic transformation. There are introduction, section A, bridge, section B, section A1, section B1, section A2, and the ending. The whole composition is approximately 540 minutes in length. The introduction begins with 4 chords, which are F major 9, C major 9 on E, B flat major 9 on D, and B minor 11 on C sharp, respectively. It also uses quarter and quinto chords. The first 3 chords are used the 4th or 5th interval, while the last one, B minor 11 on C sharp, use the quarter chord. It is fascinating to see a lowering motion on the bass line, starting from F to E, B, and C sharp, respectively. Here is the sound. Okay, the A section is a rendering of the A theme, and the melody forms unity through the techniques of sequence and repetition. The harmony uses the quarter chord, and this chord provides richness for sound dimension by adding the augmented fourth and perfect fourth. However, the left-hand part uses the lowering motion in the bass line. It starts by changing from B to A and later to G, F, and E. The bridge is a short phrase consisting of H measure. It acts as a transitional phrase for the B section. The texture uses the interval and block chord techniques to elucidate this bridge. It enriches the melody by using the upper structure chord, including A minor 11 on F, C major 7 sharp 11 on D, and D minor 7 on G. Okay, the B section is a rendering of the B theme. It consists of many characters, such as a melodic single line, block chord, and harmonic octave. Occasionally, it also uses the upper structure chords, such as G sus4 on C and F minor on D. Concerning harmony, it is mostly arpeggio. At the baseline, there is a hidden concept of lowering note in whole step. The note is from A to G, F, and E respectively. And there is also a half-step motion. The note is from E flat, D, D flat in measure 32 to 33, and E flat, D, D flat, and C in measure 36 to 37. The A1 section is a formation of fragments derived from A theme. In measure 41, the composer takes fragments of the A theme in measure 6 as his material for his new melody creation. He makes a distinction by using the transpose technique. It is the perfect fourth in measure 42, as shown in example A. In measure 52 to 53, fragments of A theme in measure 6 to 7 and 8 to 9 reappear again as a new melody as shown in example B. It is a sequence. However, in the left-hand part, it separates into two periods. The first one is a four-note group in the pentatonic minor scale, playing by 16 notes, starting with E pentatonic minor, following by F sharp pentatonic minor, D pentatonic minor, and then again E pentatonic minor scale. The other is the block chord, consisting of 4 chords, including F major 7, sharp 11, E minor 7, flat 13, F minor 11, and A minor 11. In performance, it used half note and dotted half note, both of which slow down the rhythm, preparing it for a new phase. For the B1 section, the repetition of the B theme. Here is the employment of the variation technique, as shown in example. B theme in measure 30 to 31 reappear again in measure 56 to 57, but the original 8 note change to the 16 note combining with compound melody. It is a method of making a new melody while retaining the old structure. The A2 section, it derives fragments from A theme to create new melody in measure 68 to 71 by changing the 8th note to the dotted quarter note and the quarter note and triplet. The composer did it to lengthen the augmentation. Suddenly, the melody goes more rapidly. It happened by changing the rhythm to the 8th note and triplet. In measures 72 to 75, the composer used the mode technique to create colorfulness in melody, as changing the mood. The left hand and right hand part mode makes a considerable role, as we have seen the use of E flat Lydian, F mixolydian, and D Phrygian. At section end, He also used the G minor chord to indicate the transition into the new phase. Furthermore, the A2 section creates a new melody by using a variation technique. It adapts the melodic phase from A theme by changing the eighth note to the eighth note and triplet, creating a diminution and turning it into the composition. As shown in example C, the first melodic phase is adapted into a new melody in measure 78. The second phase is adapted in measure 79 to 80. The harmony in the left-hand part is performed by the eighth note and triplet in arpeggio form. Moreover, it creates vividness by adding the upper structure chord, including C7 sus4 on E flat and D7 sus4 on E flat, as seen in this example D. The ending. The melody gets slower by the whole note to extend the rhythm. The left-hand part changes D flat 3 to D flat 2 and retaining that note until the end. It also used the technique called tremolo with the next note to lengthen the bass. In right-hand part, it performed with 5 rock chords, which is mostly the suspended chord, including C7 sus4 on D flat, E7 sus4 on E flat, E flat major 7 sharp 11, D flat 7 sus4 on E flat, and C7 sus4 on E flat respectively.
Thaphad,
Okay.
you have 2 minutes left. Okay, so please.
The final. The analysis shows that the composer used a quarter chord in his composition. Its connection with the fourth make is unable to define if key is major or minor. It should also note that on many occasions, the composer used the chords, similarly such as a suspended chord, the extended chord, also used a 4-note group of pentatonic minor scale, and the Lydian mode also display their connections with the fourth. The unity of and the uniqueness of this composition depend on the connections. He shows that the concept related to the fourth are compatible for of the melody creation. It is the reason which contribute to the succession of One Summer's Days as making this soundtrack a fascinating piece for further study. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ajahn Thaphad. Do we have any comments or questions? I'm sure some of you watched this animation before. It's beautiful themes, so also have a very beautiful soundtrack. So, anyone questions? I have some of my students here. They should ask questions. Huh. Okay, well, I will ask them. So I see in your analysis you use a lot of let's see, chord symbols that associate more with like jazz harmony. Have you noticed like relations between you know, his piece and also like jazz harmonies.
ขอตอบเป็นภาษาไทยได้ไหมคะ
Okay.
คืออาจารย์ถามว่ารู้ได้ไงว่าเป็น jazz harmony ใช่ไหม
ไม่ก็เห็นว่า analysis เนี่ยก็คือเห็นเป็นเขียนคอร์ดเหมือนลักษณะเหมือนคอร์ดแจ๊สนะครับก็เลยถามว่ามีองค์ประกอบไหนที่ทำให้อาจารย์ตัดสินใจที่จะใช้การเขียนคอร์ดซิมโบลเหมือนคอร์ดแจ๊สครับตัดสินใจยังไงที่ใช้ให้ analyst ไปทางนั้นนะครับ
ความจริงหนูไม่ได้คิดว่ามันเป็นจะเป็นคอร์ดแจ๊สหรืออะไรเพียงแต่ว่าหนูดูลักษณะของทฤษฎีที่มันแบบน่าจะเป็นไปได้แล้วก็ดูในตำราต่างๆนะคะว่าควรจะใช้เขียนคอร์ดซิมโบลเป็นในทิศทางไหนมากกว่าค่ะอาจารย์
He also used a lot of quarter harmonies, right? You know, both, a whole lot, which like jazz, especially jazz pianists would use a whole lot. So that's why I asked. In any particular choice that you like chose this piece? There's also another like a whole lot of like beautiful pieces on Spirited Away. Any particular reason that you chose this one?
ทำไมถึงชอบถึงเลือกเพลงนี้ใช่ไหมคะ
Yes.
Because I love the animation, Japanese animation, and this is the best. No, this is the best one. หนูชอบดูการ์ตูนแอนิเมชันนะคะอาจารย์ แล้วก็ Spirit Away ก็เป็นการ์ตูนที่หนูชื่นชอบแล้วบทเพลงก็ไพเราะค่ะอาจารย์
So just by your personal
yes.
love of the piece. Okay. Well, any more questions from the audience back home? Well, great. Thank you very much, Ajahn Thaphad, Sungwijit. So